This is Ava. She is 5 years old and entering kindergarten. She is an energetic, joyful, and confident young girl. Ava is a proficient reader as well as writer for her age. She is much more advanced than most of the students in her class. But most importantly, Ava's interest lies in science. She loves all things nature, biology, but most of all, she loves being a little engineer by taking things apart and putting them back together. If you have suspected that Ava is gifted, you are correct. But shh, no one else has figured it out yet. Ava's mom believes that Ava should be advanced to a higher grade. However, Ava, as are many gifted girls, is denied grade advancement, for her teachers discounts Ava's reading skills for memorization or decoding without comprehension. And this is the start of the slippery slope where Ava's academic needs are not met, leading her to become unchallenged, frustrated, and bored in school. Ava is starting to notice that her teachers naturally call on and encourage the boys in her class more than her. Ava is also starting to feel unnoticed. She believes that the teacher attends to and instructs the boys more than her. Due to the lack of challenge and attention, Ava would ignore her teacher and schoolwork, and instead, she would read challenging books to save her from boredom. However, Ava's teacher took this as her acting out, and told her to be a compliant student, just as girls are expected to be. Ava's teacher decided not to refer Ava to their school's gifted program, because he thought she was arrogant, bossy, and lacked the social competence needed for the program. Mr. T also claimed that the program was too competitive and Ava lacked self-confidence. Therefore, she would be intimidated and would not thrive in an advanced environment. However, Mr. T referred Tyler and Josh, who were as equally qualified as Ava. He stated that these boys were perfect because they were independent, self-directed, and leaders. Mr. T also claimed that the boys needed the gifted program to finally be challenged, which was critical for their success. Therefore, the characteristics that promoted the boys' referral were the same characteristics that prevented Ava from getting into the program. Gifted girls' eagerness and confidence are often perceived as negative characteristics. This greatly affects referrals like Ava's, as only 54% of teachers will refer the gifted girl, whereas 77% of teachers prefer the male student. Ava continues to notice various forms of gender bias in her education. For one, she has noticed that her teacher only asks her to help her peers with their work, but he rarely asks the boys to help. This treatment allows the boys to do challenging work independently, while leaving Ava feeling obligated to help her peers with their work. Ava also finds that her work is evaluated on the terms of neatness, where the boys are praised for their creativity. Ava observes that when a boy is stuck on a problem, the teacher gives them extra time and assistance to work through the problem. But when Ava is stuck solving a problem, the teacher typically gives her the correct answer right away. Ava has observed that out of her entire class, all girls and boys, the high-achieving and gifted girl, Ava, receives the least attention. Gender stereotypes create expectations regarding academic abilities and interests. Specifically with math and science, boys are considered to be stronger. Teachers who have these expectations create more opportunities for boys to excel in these areas. Ava has noticed that the teachers let the boys handle the science equipment more often. And when the boys and girls do experiments together, the boys tend to take over and conduct the experiment, leaving the girls just to watch. Therefore, Ava continues to experience gender bias and stereotype in school, and unfortunately, these experiences are damaging her development and morale in her favorite subjects. She is quickly losing motivation in her passions. Ava continues to experience gender bias in science and math. Her teacher still has not identified her as gifted, as he says that girls are less suited to and less capable of achieving success in such areas. At the same time, Ava's peers now believe that math and science are masculine, and the rest of the girls in her class are starting to create negative attitudes towards these areas. Ava is beginning to feel the pressures of fitting in with her peers. She realizes that her giftedness may cause her to stand out, which could lead to her peers making fun of her or not being her friends. Since Ava feels like the odd one out, she begins to hide her talent through regulating how many questions she answers in class and not telling her grades to her friends. She also adopts the same attitudes about science and math as her girlfriend. Over time, all of these external and internal influences combined create major costs to Ava's talent as she starts to underachieve. But Ava believes that the regulation of her giftedness is worth it if she gets to fit in. Ava is afraid of failing in school, especially when competing with boys. This induces the Horner effect, which causes her to hold back correct answers and participation in class in order to avoid rejection. Ava is now occupied with impressing boys, with society and media constantly influencing the image of the sexy woman and that girls' looks are more important than their brains. Ava endures stereotype threat, which increases her inclination to conform. Ava secretly knows she can still achieve greatness, yet she does not want to feel different from her peers. She wrestles with this internal conflict every day, and ultimately, this leads to her acting invisible. Since Ava now acts invisible, her new teachers think of her as a compliant student. This leads to Ava being overlooked and decreases her chances of being recognized for her high school gifted program. Without the proper education support or any role models to keep Ava on the right path, Ava's goals and future expectations have dissipated with her ambition, and her self-esteem has diminished rapidly. Over the years, Ava has adjusted her interests, beliefs, and has ruled out the option of pursuing science and math. This is all due to her internalizing the criticisms and expectations of society. She does not want to be the odd smart girl. In grade 11, Ava has a change of heart. She decides she wants to pursue university, and thanks to the support of her parents, she has learned to stop caring about what society expects, and now is following her passion of math and science. But now, Ava faces a whole new set of challenges, since she has taken on this superwoman approach, and because gifted girls internalize more pressure to achieve compared to their average peers, Ava risks developing perfectionism. It is often found that gifted girls have inconsistencies between their self-concepts and actual performance. This may cause maladaptive perfectionism, which leads to gifted girls experiencing more shame and anxiety than their peers. Maladaptive perfectionism also creates the risk of gifted girls developing negative emotions towards school, as well as it may correlate with depression or suicide in the gifted. At the same time, gifted girls do not report their high stress levels, for they are in constant limbo to appear perfect. Another psychological battle Ava is facing is the imposter phenomenon. This means that Ava discounts her achievements by attributing them to external factors rather than her own abilities and efforts. Gifted girls are subject to external locus of control, particularly in math and science. Since it is a common belief that boys are innately better in these subjects, girls have grown up in an environment where their success in such areas are thought to be a fluke or luck. The differences in girls' and boys' locus of control causes major distinctions between self-efficacy. Women's external locus of control does not bolster their self-efficacy. In fact, this perception may cause them to devalue their talents. If Ava wants to persist in the STEM areas, she must overcome these self-perceptions. However, it is often displayed that an external locus of control and devalue talents will provoke girls to limit their aspirations and talent development. Though the SATM removed several categories of items that favored girls, Ava still did well and got into university. As she pursues her passion in engineering, she must face a male-dominant area and once again break through more gender barriers. Ava has now met the love of her life, Nick. She has a great group of friends and is enjoying her studies. Though she is tickle-pink with love, she is also stressed, as she finds difficulty in balancing the needs of herself, her close relationships, and her academic ambitions. Ava recognizes that both her close relationships as well as academic work are equally meaningful. She does not think she will be happy without either one. But as she nears the end of university, she realizes that she has some big decisions to make. But wait! Nick proposed! This is going to change a lot of Ava's decision-making. Nick and Ava sit down to have a serious conversation about the future. Nick asks what type of career Ava wants. She says that she's confused. Ava wants to pursue a highly professional, ambitious career because she knows she can if she really tried. But at the same time, she wants to take a less demanding career in order to focus on a happy marriage and family. She believes that she cannot have both. Nick says he will support Ava in any way she wants. His dreams are to have a happy marriage and family too, but he does not question that he will sacrifice his career, which means it is up to Ava to do so. Nick also says that Ava will not have time to focus on her professional and creative work once they have children, so he thinks it's best if she completely stops working when they have kids. However, Ava has always imagined that she would continue to work after kids, but she has heard that the women who pursue high-achieving careers typically only focus on their work and sacrifice relationships, marriage, or children. Ava is sick to her stomach because she is so confused about what she should do. And now all of a sudden, the trajectory of her career is dependent on the particular timing of her marriage and family. Ava pursued a lesser career, as she always imagined putting her family first. She believed that being a mom while pursuing a high-achieving career would call for too many demands. She never wanted to feel guilty about working on her career or research instead of being with her family. But Ava also promised herself that she would find some personal time to do creative research on the side. She is currently working on a project that will help her garden grow year-round. However, she rarely finds time to do so as she experiences plenty of stress being a working mother. Ava never reached her full potential. Though she did not follow a gendered career choice and still pursued environmental engineering, she took a lower-level engineering job rather than pursuing the position of senior research director. The choices that Ava had to make between marriage and family versus career and academic achievement posed great difficulty. Though her decisions completely altered the direction of her career and the quantity of her creativity production, she believes that she made the right choice.